Every generation of older adults tend to freak out about new technology and exaggerate its potential harms, but they cannot be blamed for thinking this way.
These are the stock answers most parents give when asked what they want for their young children, when deep down what they really want is for them to be quietly occupied. For centuries, that was achieved through rocks and sticks and imagination. Then came comic books and TV, and now we have the iPad and the smartphone. But while they are great restaurant distractions, what are all those touchscreens doing to all those growing little brains?
If we allow this obsession to technology to continue, it could distort communication habits for future generations. We cannot blame young children for being heavily invested and engaged into their phones, when new technology is freely what they were brought into. So who is to blame?
Do you believe social media has changed your perspective on the way you view things?
Yes. As a child, social media, it already starts influencing you. And like you can use like billboards, it'll put like certain images, and sometimes it'll have like gender norms, it'll have like social norms that people are like supposed to follow usually. And so from there you're already shaped as like how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to dress, and how you're supposed to like live your life in a way. And so that like shapes people from then on, and it also like changes their perspective on how they view things. Even like as a teenager, you can get influenced a certain way, and like stuff will start to change from there on out.
Okay.
In the old days, for a man to date a woman, he'd physically go visit her and ask her on a date. Unfortunately, the creativity has died and technology has made it easier to ask a woman out by sending a simple text message.
How do you think the way that guys have asked girls out changed from back then to now?
Back then, you can usually pull up to the crib, knock on the door, and just be like, hey, what you doing tonight? And take you out 8 o'clock. Boom, it's set. 8 o'clock date. Nowadays, girls come out through technology, you know what I'm saying? You can ask them to pull up what you doing at 8, and by 5:30 come around. 7 o'clock, they be like, oh, I'm busy, I got plans. Or it can go, hey, what you doing right now? I'm coming to get you, pull up. Hey, we finna go out to eat or something. But I think technology has changed the way, like, you can ask really any question. I am just being asked out on a date. But definitely, back then, you can solidify a date, rather than now, technology is up for grabs.
Okay, thank you for
Meanwhile, there has been accusations that technology is wrecking the art of dialogue. And another future danger that people are claiming is an issue today is the disconnection they tend to have with others.
Do you believe technology has affected our communication skills, and if so, why?
Yes, I think technology has greatly influenced our communication skills, simply because nowadays people are glued to their phones and they're not aware of the things around them, so it decreases the face-to-face interaction with other people.
Do you know how much time you spend on your phone? Like an estimate number, how many hours?
Each day I would say about 6 hours, because, nowadays on Apple iPhones and any iPhones across the map, you get a little update, a weekly update that tells you how much time you spend a day on your phone throughout the week, how many days you spend on social media apps and all that stuff. For me, like I said, 6 hours. I'll give it about 2 in the morning when I wake up, getting myself ready, going to class, get to class, sit in for a 50-minute class, get on the phone for about 35 minutes. I'm always on Twitter. It's always new social media apps popping up: Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Tinder.
Furthermore, Gesser observes that a significant portion of couples eating together repeatedly interrupts their meals to check for text messages or voice messages.
So how do you think we can make a difference with the obsession to technology?
Well, I think Chick-fil-A has an excellent program with making a difference with technology. You take your phones and you put them in a basket, and you allow people to eat dinner or lunch without using their cellular device, and it promotes conversation. So people could incorporate this into their dinners at home, meals out with family, whether that be Thanksgiving meals or anything like that. Put your phones to the side, have dinner with people, and, actually talk face to face as compared to, being on social media and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
Although social media and technology is a great way to connect with family and friends in different cities, countries, and states, it does not replace the benefits of the face-to-face interaction.